Hey guys, Coach Cindy here, and today I just wanted to chat with you about a blog post that's going up on my website. It's called Eat Chocolate Cake and Still Lose Weight, because who doesn't love some chocolate in their life? But maybe chocolate or sweets isn't your thing, maybe salty food is for you, and that still applies here. So we really just need to forget what we've been told about certain foods being bad or other foods being good. The term healthy eating has taken on so many different meanings, and we're just bombarded with like conflicting messages from various foodie communities from, you need to be vegan, you need to be paleo, you need to be keto, you need to go low carb, high fat, whatever that is. And it just really just throws us all completely off track. Have you ever wondered how you can eat rich and decadent chocolate cake and still lose weight? Is it even possible? First, let's really figure out what healthy eating is. And for the purpose of this chat here that I'm going to do in this blog post is that healthy eating is anything that's considered like high quality, minimally processed, and nutrient dense food. We're not going to categorize it into like paleo or keto or anything. It's just basically looking at the quality of the nutrients and vitamins that are coming from your food, and then it's minimally processed. And I can't count the number of times I've heard it said that in order for you to lose weight or build muscle for that case, you need to cut out certain foods entirely and adhere to a really strict diet. And in reality, if you follow the suggestions of that said diet for really long enough, you can lose weight. Obviously, we've seen those transformations happen, but generally over time we can't really stick to it. Our cravings skyrocket beyond just wanting one slice of chocolate cake, and our body starts to revolt, and eventually we start to begin holding on to more weight or gaining more weight, the opposite of what we want. Along the way, we probably feel really agitated, and slowly we start to lose friends because we're just, a bitch. I just did a fitness competition, and I wasn't the most decent person to hang out with while I was in that phase either. And now some of us have, of course, short-term goals, right? We're getting married, or like I had a fitness competition, or we are going on a trip. So we have these short-term goals. So sometimes the all or nothing approach, those like strict dieting rules and guidelines that we have, works really well to meet the short-term goal that we have. But sometimes because it works so well for the short term, we think it has to be a long-term approach to the way we should approach weight loss in general. And that's just not the case. It's just a short-term solution to a goal that you have, but not a long-term way of living, basically. So how do you eat chocolate cake and still lose weight? But maybe that's not the right question to ask. Maybe the right question is, can I see myself doing what I'm currently doing for the rest of my life? Some of us believe that we need to do the strict dieting in order to lose weight. Once we do it, then we can just let go of the reins a bit and start eating differently or doing different things. But that's generally not the case, because when we're in a diet approach, we're not really learning, we're not enhancing our growth, basically, or learning what's right for our body. We're just really doing things based on these cues that are telling us to do these things, and not really looking at, okay, can I do this long term? And can you really do what you're doing right now for the rest of your life? And this meaning the way you are currently eating. If you answered no, then it isn't the right fit for you, right? It's just setting yourself up for one of the following two outcomes. One, you'll get tired of the rules and you'll quit before reaching your goals. Perhaps you'll internalize this yet as another failure. Two, you'll reach your goals, but then get tired of the rules and quit. Perhaps you'll internalize this as a fear of success or a lack of self-worth. So now what? Well, let's explore 3 additional questions to help you dig further. For one, are your goals still the same? So even though you wanted to lose weight for that trip or that wedding or that fitness shoot or whatever it was that you had, and you did so using a short-term solution, are your goals still the same as that? Do you still want to lose weight with little effort? Are you sick of riding the losing, gaining roller coaster? And number 3, are you tired of being the only one at the table not enjoying the food in front of you while everyone else does? And if you answered yes to any of these 3 questions, then it's time to consider what I call the eat chocolate cake approach. I used to work out to be able to eat what I wanted. I used to think that if I burned 800 calories doing like a cardio-based workout, which was all I used to do, then I could eat 800 calories of whatever I wanted and still be good. And I was always in the gym, but I wasn't seeing the results I wanted in my body. And now I see food differently. I see food as fuel. And aside from those foods I avoid because they don't react well with my body, I don't really eliminate anything from for my diet. I'm not in this because of an upcoming trip, a wedding, another photo shoot, or even a fitness competition. I'm in this for the rest of my life, and I couldn't see the rest of my life without eating decadent, rich chocolate cake from time to time, or whatever it is that's your flavor, basically. I learned that avoiding certain foods I loved and craved would just lead me to more binging episodes, basically, and the mindset of always starting over come Monday. And so now when I want chocolate cake, I really eat the chocolate cake. I try not to do like a healthy version of it, add protein powder, cut out whatever it is. I really try and have what I want. And here's what happens when you have what you really want. You satisfy that need and then you move on, versus like trying to healthify it, or like if you ever find yourself in front of the cupboard and you have a craving and then you just like grab whatever and you keep eating and nothing's really satisfying, and you're like, why can't I stop? And really should have just sat down and had dinner, or just had what you really wanted, that kind of thing. So if I have a damn craving for chocolate cake, I go out and do it, and sometimes it means an extra trip to the grocery store or to wherever to go and get it. And I know what you're thinking. What if you want chocolate cake every day, right? Because it's so awesome. Look at me, so awesome. Well, here's the thing, is I love myself and I love my body too, and my goals are really important to me. So feeding my body chocolate cake every day isn't going to be very nice to my body. It's not, and it's not going to fuel my goals, and it's not going to make me feel well. That chocolate cake has way more meaning if I can have it when I really want it. The reason why you want it all the time is because you've been depriving yourself of that chocolate cake, trying to be on that dieting roller coaster. You stop buying it, you stop having those things in the house, you stop avoiding situations where they're there, you try and fill up or do all these strategies to avoid it and try and banking on willpower. So I asked myself, how do I feel about myself today? And am I choosing this out of love for me? And then it lets me evaluate how I nourish my body, in the end, how I nourish my mind. Because chocolate cake isn't really about physical nourishment, but there is an element of enjoying life and living life and having those things as part of it. About 80% of the time, I eat a diet that includes obviously a variety of protein. It includes lots and lots of veggies, some carbs, and some fats. I drink lots of water, and I lift weights about 5 to 6 days a week, and some cardio, and I schedule in some rest and some recovery as well. And I have pretty good sleep, and I try and manage my stress as best as an entrepreneur can. So here are some key rules that I'm going to give you. We really do love those rules, I think, and really we don't like them when they're set, but we generally abide by them to evaluate your current eating approach or your healthy eating rituals. So here's what somebody who you see as having a fit and healthy lifestyle, the one that you kind of admire, when you wonder, they must not eat the chocolate cake, they do, but here's how they work it in, is number one, they eat smart and flexible, not stupid and restricted. Food is not meant to stress them out or stress you out or be your therapist. It's fuel. It is a tool to help you achieve your goals. And 3, if you're currently on a diet, ask yourself if you see yourself eating that way in 5 or even 10 years from now. 4, reverse that question, and what would you say to your child if he or she was doing what you're doing to yourself? 5, don't eliminate foods, but do have what you really want, not some replacement for it. 6, follow the 80-20 rule. Eat healthy foods 80% of the time, with the right portions, the right time, and then the other 20% of the time enjoy those other foods that you would alternatively consider to be off limits. And number 7, food is not a reward for compliancy or for the hard workouts you just crushed, which used to be my mentality as well. So that's how you're going to enjoy some chocolate cake and not be on that restrictive dieting roller coaster for the rest of your life. We really need to work the things that we enjoy in, not because they physically nourish us, but that they help us ease our mind and increase our quality of life. And ultimately, if we really love ourselves, then we don't need to be afraid that we're going to be engaging in that all the time. And really just satisfy what it is that you really want. If you wanted a pair of Lululemons, you don't go to Joe Fresh and buy a pair. You really go after the Lululemons that you want. If that makes sense, it's the same approach with food. We do it in other areas of our life. We just don't look at it when it's food. So is the current approach that you're using, can you see yourself doing it for the rest of your life? Can you see it doing next year, 5 years, 10 years? If your answer is no, then it's not the right approach. You're looking at a short-term solution for, there's my phone. All right, this is Cindy from All Out Training. If you want to know more about us, visit allouttraining.ca. We have 3 online coaching programs that will help you break free of the dieting roller coaster. Jump onto our anti-dieting online coaching programs. There's 3 there. Or jump onto our website, allouttraining.ca, and download the Mom's Playbook, the free program that's got nutrition and exercise all built into it, and you can download it for free. All right.